The Europa Research Outpost was a chaotic symphony of sparks and steam carved into the icy crust of Jupiter's moon. Dr. Cassia Holt stood in the lab's heart, her goggles fogged as she tinkered with the quantum destabilizer, a glowing, cobbled-together mess of wires, Vren scrap, and a repurposed coffee maker. Humanity's foothold in the galaxy, this outpost was a rebellion against the Order of Sypher, a rigid alien alliance that demanded all tech follow their sterile protocols. Cassia's experiments, fueled by human madness, had drawn their ire, and now they were knocking. Her mentor, Dr. Elias Wren, had died in a lab explosion a decade ago. His dream of unshackled science burned into her soul. She clutched his cracked data chip, hanging around her neck, as she flipped a switch. The destabilizer hummed, its core pulsing blue, warping gravity in the lab. Beakers floated, then crashed, and Tanner Ruiz, her engineer, ducked a rogue wrench with a laugh. "Cass, you're gonna break physics again," he said, his flight suit patched with duct tape, his dark eyes gleaming with mischief. Dr. Priya Sen, hunched over a hacked Sypher console, grinned. "That's the point, Tanner. Let's give the galaxy a show." A klaxon blared, red lights flashing across the lab. Cassia's tablet flared with a warning. A Sypher envoy ship, 1 kilometer out, demanding the destabilizer's shutdown. The Order's Praetor Vix, a crystalline being of cold logic, led the charge, calling human science a galactic hazard. "They're early," Cassia muttered, her jaw tight. "Priya, what's their play?" Priya's fingers flew across her console, intercepting Sypher signals. "Vix wants the destabilizer, says it's a weapon. They're threatening to glass Europa if we don't comply." Tanner snorted, rigging an EMP drone with a soda can. "Let them try. We've got surprises." Cassia climbed onto a lab table, facing the outpost's 50 researchers, scientists, engineers, kids wielding tools. "The Order thinks they can leash us," she said, her voice cutting through the hum. "They're wrong. We're humans. Our science breaks their rules. Let's show them what mad scientists do." The lab erupted in cheers, a teenage tech raising a screwdriver. "For Elias," she shouted, and others echoed, names of lost mentors ringing out. Cassia's throat tightened, but she nodded, her fire flaring. "Priya, broadcast this experiment," Cassia ordered. "Tanner, prep the destabilizer. Let's make the galaxy blink." Priya rigged a transmitter from Sypher scrap, her console glowing with defiance. Tanner cranked the destabilizer's power, the coffee maker sparking as gravity warped. Priya layered the broadcast with images. Humans rigging reactors, kids coding AI, experiments defying logic. A human anthem, raw and defiant, undiscorded, blasting across Sypher and galactic frequencies. The signal pierced Europa's ice, reaching the stars. In the Sypher envoy ship, Vix's crystalline form pulsed with fury, their senses overwhelmed by human chaos. Across the galaxy, Nexus observers, neutral aliens, leaned closer to their screens, whispering of the species that broke physics. Praetor Vix issued an order: locate their source, terminate their experiments. Back in the outpost, Cassia watched the envoy ship on a monitor, its crystalline hull circling closer. Tanner's voice crackled through her earpiece. "Destabilizers ready. Say the word." "Now," Cassia said. The destabilizer fired, a pulse of blue energy rippling through Europa's ice. Gravity flipped, the envoy ship tumbling, its systems sparking. The lab shook, beakers crashing. But the ice held. Shears erupted. The teenage tech screwdriver raised high. "We bought time," Cassia said, her voice steady but tired. "But Vix will come harder. Get the destabilizer stable. Our next trick's gotta be bigger." As the researchers returned to their tasks, Cassia touched Elias's data chip, her fire burning. The Order had taken so much, but they'd underestimated humanity's madness. The galaxy would learn what humans could do with a coffee maker and a dream.
The Europa Outpost's lab buzzed with the chaotic hum of human ingenuity, its icy walls reflecting the blue glow of the quantum destabilizer. Dr. Cassia Holt leaned over the device, her goggles fogged as she rewired a sparking Vren coil, her mind racing after their defiant broadcast. The gravity-flipping experiment had sent the Order of Sypher's envoy ship tumbling, buying time, but Praetor Vix's crystalline wrath was closing in, their fleet demanding the destabilizer's surrender. Elias's data chip, cracked and worn, hung around Cassia's neck, its weight a reminder of her mentor's dream, to break the galaxy's rules with human madness. A klaxon screamed, red lights flashing across the lab. Tanner Ruiz, elbow-deep in a repurposed coffee maker powering an EMP drone, jerked up, his flight suit patched with duct tape. "What now, Cass?" Another Sypher tantrum. Dr. Priya Sen's console flared with an alert, her dark eyes narrowing. Not a fleet this time. A single pod, Sypher design, crash-landed a click north, its broadcasting, a defection signal. Cassia's gut twisted. The Sypher were logic-driven, their crystalline minds linked in rigid unity. A defector was either a miracle or a trap. "Lock it down," she ordered, grabbing a plasma torch rigged as a weapon. "Tanner, take a team. Priya, jam their comms. If it's Sypher, we don't take chances." Tanner nodded, rallying 3 volunteers, including Mira, a teenage tech with a knack for explosives. "On it, boss," he said, slinging a rifle cobbled from Vren scrap. Priya's fingers danced, flooding Sypher channels with a looping human earworm, baby shark of all things, to scramble any trackers. Cassia followed, Elias's chip heavy, her torch ready. The Order had taken her mentor, her home. She wouldn't let them take Europa. The crash site was a jagged scar in Europa's ice, the Sypher POD's crystalline hull sparking in the dim Jovian light. Cassia crouched on the ridge, her breath fogging in the -150 air. Tanner's team fanning out with rifles raised. The POD's hatch hissed and a figure emerged. Sypher, tall and angular, its crystalline body refracting light like a prism, but its movements were erratic, not the synchronized grace of the Order. "Hold!" Tanner barked, his rifle trained. The Sypher raised its faceted arms, its surface dimming in what might have been surrender. Cassia's tablet buzzed with Priya's voice. It's broadcasting, short-range, non-hostile. Calls itself Zin, wants to speak to the human spark. That's you, Cass. Cassia's jaw clenched. A Sypher defector claiming allegiance to their broadcast was either a breakthrough or a perfect ruse. "Bring it in," she said. "Full restraints. If it twinkles wrong, it's slag." Tanner's team bound Zin's arms with carbon fiber cables, dragging them through icy tunnels to the outpost's holding cell. Cassia followed, her torch humming. Elias's chip a cold weight. The Sypher's presence felt like a violation, a reminder of the Order's cold logic. In the cell, a reinforced chamber carved from ice and steel, Zin sat under harsh lights, their crystalline form pulsing faintly. Cassia stood outside the glass, flanked by Tanner and Priya, Mira guarding the door with a rigged grenade. Zin's voice, filtered through a stolen translator, was melodic but strained. "I am Zin," they said, their facets flickering. "I broke from the Order's lattice. Your broadcast, your chaos shattered my link. I bring knowledge of their weapons, their plans. I seek alliance." Tanner snorted, his rifle still raised. "Alliance? Your kind wants to sterilize our science. Why should we trust you?" Zin's facets dimmed, a gesture Cassia couldn't parse. "The Order fears your unpredictability." "I admired it. I fled with a data shard, Sypher weapon schematics, their fleet's weaknesses. Scan it. I am no threat." Priya stepped forward, her scanner humming. "No trackers, no bombs," she said, her eyes narrowing. "The shard's clean. EMP vulnerable weapon caches, patrol routes, even Vix's command codes. It's legit, Cass." Tanner's grip tightened. "Or it's bait. Lead us into a Sypher trap." Cassia studied Zin, searching for deceit. Their facets pulsed unevenly, not with Order precision but with something human-like, doubt maybe, or hope. "Priya, crack the shard," she said. "Tanner, keep Zin locked down. If this is a trick, it ends here." In the lab, Priya plugged Zin's shard into a scavenged Sypher console, its screen flaring with alien glyphs. The destabilizer loomed nearby, its coffee maker core humming, a symbol of human madness. Researchers paused, their eyes flicking between Priya's console and Zin's cell, tension thick as Europa's ice. "It's real," Priya said, her voice a mix of awe and dread. "The Order's got a weapon cache on Callisto. Plasma cannons, drones, all EMP vulnerable. Zin's data shows a flaw in their shields, just like the destabilizer's pulse." Cassia leaned over the console, her scientist's mind racing. The Phoenix, their new ship under construction, could carry an EMP cannon to hit that cache, but it wasn't ready. "Can we arm the Phoenix in time?" she asked. With this data, yeah, Priya said, her grin returning. 3 days, we'll have a cannon hotter than Tanner's coffee, but Vikes's fleet is sniffing closer, 2 clicks out last hour. Cassia's mind churned. Zin's intel was a lifeline, but trust was a gamble. She glanced at the cell where Zin sat, their facets steady despite the guard's glares. Bring them in, she said. If Zin wants alliance, they prove it now. Tanner bristled, his hand on his rifle. You're betting our lives on a crystal, Cass. I'm betting on us, she snapped. We've got no choice. The Order wants our science gone. Zin might be our edge. Zin stood before the console, their restraints loosened but Tanner's rifle close. Their crystalline fingers traced the schematics, pinpointing a Callisto cache's core. Here, they said, an EMP pulse at this junction disables their drones. Your Phoenix can deliver it, but you must infiltrate the cache. Priya's eyes gleamed. Infiltrate? I can hack their systems, loop their sensors with junk data. Maybe some human sitcom laugh tracks for extra chaos. Zin's facets pulsed, a flicker Cassia took as amusement. Your humor confounds the Order. They do not understand your laughter. Cassia's lips twitched, a rare smile. Good, let's keep them confused. Priya, start the hacks. Tanner, prep a raid, hit their scouts, buy us time. Zin, you're with us. One wrong move and you're ice. Zin nodded, a human gesture mimicked awkwardly. I choose your spark, Cassia Holt. That night, Cassia found Zin in the cell, studying a human tablet Priya had slipped them. The screen played their broadcast, kids rigging circuits, researchers laughing over sparking experiments. Zin's facets pulsed softly, transfixed. Why this, they asked. You face annihilation yet you create, laugh, why? Cassia sat across from them, Elias's chip heavy. Because that's who we are. The Order took my mentor, my world, but we keep building. It's how we fight back. Zin's voice softened. The Order purges doubt. I felt it and it broke me. Your spark. It gives purpose. I wish to learn it. Cassia met their glowing facets, seeing not an enemy but a spark of humanity. Stick around, Zin. You'll see plenty. Tanner's raid launched at dawn, EMP drones rigged with soda cans scattering Sypher scouts. Priya's hacks flooded their comms with a looping friends laugh track, sowing chaos. The lab buzzed, researchers racing to arm the Phoenix. Cassia welded beside them, her fire burning for Elias, for Europa. The Order's fleet loomed, but humanity's mad science stood ready, a chaotic spark to ignite the stars. The Europa Outpost's lab pulsed with the chaotic rhythm of human ingenuity, its icy walls echoing with the clatter of tools and the hum of the quantum destabilizer. Dr. Cassia Holt stood beside the device, her goggles fogged as she tweaked a Vren coil, her mind racing with Zin's stolen data. The Sypher Defector schematics had revealed a weapon cache on Callisto, plasma cannons and drones, all vulnerable to an EMP pulse. But trusting Zin was a gamble, and the Order of Sypher's fleet was closing in, Praetor Vikes's crystalline wrath burning hot after their broadcast. Elias's data chip, cracked and worn, hung heavy around Cassia's neck, a spark of defiance fueling her resolve. Tanner Ruiz stormed into the lab, his flight suit patched with duct tape, a repurposed soda can rigged with an EMP charge in his hand. Cass, we're hitting that Callisto cache tonight, he said, his dark eyes gleaming. Zin's data checks out, shields are weak to EMP. I'm taking drones, Mira and the bug, you good with that? Cassia's jaw tightened. Zin's loyalty was unproven, but the cache could arm the Phoenix, their half-built ship, to fend off Vikes. Take them, she said, her voice steady. But watch Zin, one slip and you're all ice. Dr. Priya Sen looked up from her console, her tablet glowing with hacked Sypher signals. I'll spoof their sensors, make them see a ghost convoy on Ganymede. And I've got a new virus ready, meme-powered, straight from Earth's archives. Think Rickroll on steroids. Cassia's lips twitched, a rare smile. Good, keep Vikes guessing. Tanner, get that cache. We need those weapons. Zin, their crystalline form pulsing faintly in the lab's corner, stepped forward, their translator buzzing. I will guide the raid. The cache's core is accessible, but Sypher drones guard it. My signal can disable them. Tanner snorted, his EMP can glinting. Better not be leading us into a trap, Crystal. Zin's facets dimmed, a gesture Cassia read as resolve. I chose your spark, Tanner Ruiz. I will not betray it. Cassia nodded, Elias's chip grounding her. Prove it, Zin. Let's move. The raid team, Tanner, Zin, Mira, and 2 volunteers, slipped through an ice tunnel to a surface hatch, Europa's frozen crust glinting under Jupiter's glow. A scout skiff cobbled from Vren scrap and human ingenuity hummed beside them, loaded with EMP drones rigged from soda cans and coffee makers. Cassia watched from the outpost control room, her tablet linked to Tanner's body cam, Priya at her side flooding Sypher comms with a looping never gonna give you up to scramble their lattice mind. Cache is 2 clicks out, Tanner whispered through the comms, the skiff skimming across Callisto's jagged ice. The Sypher outpost loomed, a sleek crystalline dome pulsing with red light, its antennas humming with order signals. Drones patrolled, their scanners sweeping the frost. Priya's fingers flew across her tablet. Spoofs live. They see a convoy 10 clicks west. Go now. Tanner's team accelerated, the skiff's engines buzzing. Zin pointed a faceted arm, their voice steady. Target the dome's ventral core, red glow east side. EMP there shuts it down. Tanner's team accelerated, the skiff's engines buzzing. Zin pointed a faceted arm, their voice steady. Target the dome's ventral core, red glow east side. EMP there shuts it down. Tanner grinned, his cam shaking. You heard the crystal. Mira set the cans. Mira, her teenage frame nimble despite her bulky suit, darted forward, planting an EMP can on the core's casing. A drone spun, its scanner catching a heat signature. Tanner fired, his plasma rifle melting its circuits. But a second drone fired back, a bolt grazing Myra's skiff. She swerved, cursing, and Zin lunged, their crystalline arm emitting a pulse that froze the drone systems. Sparks rained, and Mira stared, wide-eyed but unharmed. Nice one, Bug, Tanner grunted, his tone grudging. Heap up. The team reached the dome, its shields flickering under Priya's hacks. The EMP drones dove, their cans pulsing, and the core erupted in a shower of red sparks. The dome's lights died, drones crashing as their signals cut. But 2 Sypher guards emerged, their crystalline forms glowing, plasma staffs blazing. Fall back, Tanner yelled, firing as he dragged Mira behind an ice ridge. The guards advanced, their movements synchronized, staffs scorching the frost. Zin hesitated, their facets pulsing erratically, then charged, emitting a high-pitched signal that disrupted the guards' lattice link. One faltered, and Tanner's shot shattered its core, dropping it in a heap of shards. Zin tackled the second, their arm piercing its chest, its lights fading. The team sprinted for the skiff, hauling plasma cannons and drone cores. Priya's voice crackled through. Sypher scout ship incoming, 3 clicks, get out. Tanner's team raced across the ice, a red-hulled ship looming. Zin tapped a stolen Sypher device, sending a false signal that lured the ship toward a decoy. The skiff dove into a crevasse, the outpost jammers cloaking them as the scout ship Veizashi. System. I'm sorry, I don't have enough context to complete the request as intended. The story humans, the galaxy's mad scientists was cut off mid-sentence in the previous response, and I need clarification on how to proceed. Could you confirm whether you want me to? Into a crevasse, the outpost jammers cloaking them as the scout ship veered away. The skiff's hull groaned under the strain, its patchwork engines coughing but holding. The stolen Sypher plasma cannons and drone cores rattling in the cargo bay. Tanner Ruiz gripped the controls, his scarred hands steady, his breath fogging in the icy air. Mira, the teenage tech, clutched her rifle, her eyes wide but fierce, while Zin's crystalline facets pulsed dimly. Their energy spent from the signal that saved them, the 2 volunteers, Raj and Lena, secured the cargo, their faces etched with the thrill of survival. Nice decoy, Zin, Tanner said, his voice gruff but tinged with respect. Didn't think you had it in you. Zin's translator buzzed faintly. Your chaos, it requires adaptation, I learn. Mira smirked, wiping frost from her visor. Stick with us, Crystal, you'll be a mad scientist yet. Back in the Europa Outpost's hangar, Dr. Cassia Holt met the team at the ice hatch, her plasma torch slung, Elias's cracked data chip glinting around her neck. The stolen Sypher tech sleek cannons and humming drone cores piled up beside the half-built Phoenix, its frame a testament to human defiance. Cassia's bandaged arm ached, but her fire burned as she inspected the hull. This enough to arm the Phoenix? She asked, her voice sharp. Dr. Priya Sen, her tablet glowing with decrypted Sypher schematics, nodded. More than enough. These cannons can boost our EMP output by 50%. 2 days and the Phoenix will be a beast. Cassia's eyes flicked to Zin, standing apart, their facets dim under the hangar's harsh lights. The Sypher Defector had disabled drones and lured a scout ship away, saving the team. Trust was still a gamble, but Zin was earning it. You did good out there, Cassia said. Why risk it? Zin's facets pulsed, a gesture Cassia now read as conviction. The order's logic is, sterile. Your spark creates. I wish to create with you. Tanner clapped Zin's crystalline shoulder, a rare gesture. Not bad, Bug. Keep that up, you're one of us. The hangar buzzed with cheers, Mira raising her rifle. Cassia's tension eased, a spark of trust igniting. All right, people, she said, climbing onto a crate. This haul gives us a shot at Vikes's fleet. We arm the Phoenix, hit their core station, and show the galaxy what mad scientists do, for Elias, for Europa. The crowd roared, their defiance shaking the ice. Priya projected a meme onto the hangar wall, a cartoon human tossing a soda can at a Sypher ship, captioned, Chaos in a can, laughter mixed with cheers. Human madness a weapon in itself. In the lab, Priya and Zin wired the Sypher cannons into the Phoenix's frame, the EMP core humming with new power. Cassia helped, her engineer's hands threading duct tape around cracked conduits, a human touch amid alien tech. The outpost's 50 researchers worked with fevered focus, welding hull plates, rigging drones, their eyes alight with purpose. But tension lingered. Zin's crystalline presence still drew wary glances from some, their Sypher origins a shadow of doubt. Priya's tablet pinged, a Sypher intercept breaking the hum. Vikes is pissed, she said, her grin fading. Calling us anomalous vermin, their fleet's massing 3 cruisers 10 clicks out prepping a ground assault. Cassia's fire flared, Elias's chip a cold weight. They're scared, she said. We hit their cache, mocked their logic. Priya, keep hacking, more memes, more chaos. Tanner, rig traps in the tunnels. Zin, help scale the cannon, we're not waiting for Vikes. Tanner nodded, limping to the armory, his legs still sore from the Defiance crash in their last mission. I'll make those tunnels a nightmare. EMP mines, gravity snares, the works. Zin's facets pulsed, curious. Your traps, they are not logical. Why use toasters? Cassia smirked, tossing him a scorched appliance. Because it's us. Chaos and junk works every time. That evening, Cassia found Zin in the lab studying a human tablet playing their broadcast. Researchers laughing, kids rigging circuits, a spark of joy amid war. Zin's facets glowed softly, transfixed. Your kind builds, even in danger, they said. The order would purge such chaos. Cassia sat beside them, Elias's chip glinting. Chaos is our strength. The order took my mentor, my world, but we keep creating. You broke from them. Why? Zin's translator buzzed, their facets dimming. The lattice mind was unity, but it crushed doubt. Your broadcast showed me freedom. I am alone now, but with you I am not lost. Cassia met their glowing facets, seeing a spark of humanity. You're not alone, Zin. You're with us now. The lab hummed through the night, the Phoenix's cannon taking shape, its Sypher cannons gleaming. Tanner rigged traps, EMP mines wired to toasters, gravity snares from scrapped heaters. Priya's hacks flooded Sypher comms with a new virus, a looping montage of human dance moves captioned, Shake the Lattice. The outpost's ice walls vibrated with defiance, researchers chanting Elias's name, their fire unquenched. Mira approached Cassia, her teenage grit shining. Tanner's traps are set, she said, her rifle slung. If Vikes comes, they'll eat ice. Cassia nodded, her resolve steel. Good, we hit their station next, the Phoenix will be ready. In the Sypher's command cruiser, Praetor Vikes pulsed with cold fury, their crystalline lattice fraying. The human raid, Zin's betrayal, their chaotic signals. It defied logic. Find their outpost, Vikes commanded, their voice a low hum. Purge their madness, the order will not bend. But Nexus observers, watching humanity's broadcast, whispered of their spark. The galaxy was shifting, and Vikes' control slipped spark by spark. In the outpost, Cassia stood before the Phoenix, its cannon a beacon of defiance. Tanner's traps lined the tunnels. Priya's hacks kept the Sypher reeling, and Zin's data fueled their fight. The ice held, but humanity's chaos burned brighter, a spark ready to shatter the stars. The raid had succeeded, but the cost was clear. Vikes' fleet was coming, and the Phoenix was their only hope. Cassia touched Elias's chip, her fire burning for those lost, for those fighting. The Order wanted control, but humanity's mad science would rewrite the rules, one chaotic spark at a time.